I wouldn't say that you're obese, but it's like medically,
So,
you know.
so like for
So
example,
you're medically obese
don't
though?
care about you in drugs.
Yes.
I've been medically obese since I was like 12 and I was not obese.
Yo, subbed for 34 months. Can you give me a shout out?
Chat.
My name is Marbles.
When I see this, champ, guys.
Who are
guys.
these fat whales?
Chat. Every time I see this, chat,
Yikes.
I cannot stop thinking, chat, about this. Guys,
What face?
am I the only one, chat? Every time I see this, chat.
Category 5 Tortas now.
Welcome back to Middle Ground. I'm John. I host the Radical Empathy podcast, and I'll be moderating today's discussion between fit women and fat women. And a friendly reminder, if you are writing a hate comment, you are part of the problem. Our first prompt is, your
What's the problem?
physique is in your control. Will the agreeers please step forward?
I agree.
She has a question.
I have a question. When you mean physique, can you specify like what exactly are you trying
Chat.
I think physique
The way I see these questions that are kind of like philosophical or whatever, right? If it's more than 50%, yes, right? So, it's okay, in my opinion, to say most of your physique is under your control. A massive part of it, not all of it, and I agree with that. You can say, oh dude, I had this thing and I can't do anything about it. Yeah, I agree. But a lot of it you can. So
is like
it's
the
my
shape and size of your body. Why were you hesitating?
Because, you know, there's a lot of different illnesses around. So I have family members that have like thyroids and they can't gain weight or they can't lose weight. But I think that they can manage to stay at a place that's going to be healthy for them. To me, personally, I do feel like I can be at a better place. I'm working on it, and that's my goal. So.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I think that definitely people have ailments, there's different diseases and all that, but I think at the end of the day, what you can do, the best physical peak for your personal body is in your hands. You may not look like someone you want to look like, your ideal situation, but you can optimize your body to be the highest performance that you think that you can get to.
When I first started working out, I lost 60 pounds, and that included just counting calories. I didn't have to work out as hard. I did the treadmill. I went at an incline, and I just walked the whole time, watching.
Okay, so uneducated in there. So very, very uneducated. The absolute massive ultra part of weight loss is simply calorie intake. Okay, what is it, like 95%, 90%? You could do fucking nothing. Sit on your ass all day, do actually nothing. Okay? And just don't eat as much food. And you are on a diet, you're losing weight.
Watching a movie and just walk. I just made healthier choices, and I've been mindful about what I put inside my body.
Like you put in that effort, right? You made those conscious decisions to walk on the treadmill, count your calories. You were super exact with everything, and that's how both of you guys were able to lose so much weight, right? So your physique is 100% in your control. It's just that nobody wants to put the effort in.
Just so we can invite the disagreeers, that's a great point to bring in our
Guys,
disagreeers.
I don't even know how you can become a massive. Bro, this seems such a weird take, okay? Weird take. I'm addicted to video games. I like playing the games at the computer, okay? I find it fucking inconvenient to get food, bring the food, eat the food, go to the bathroom. Brother, how do these people eat a fucking 7,000 course meal and take 4 shits a day? Bro, that's a full-time job. I don't even know how they even manage that shit, man. That's insane.
Whoever wants to pick up where we just left off.
So while of course there are aspects that I think you can control about your physique, I think there are more things that are out of your control. Like, it is so much more expensive to eat healthy than it is to eat like crap. If I go to the grocery store and I just want to buy a bunch of frozen meals, that's going to be so much cheaper than me going and buying fresh produce and fresh fruit and everything.
I disagree.
Immediately. I disagree
Okay, yeah, true, but then get on a diet and eat less.
too.
Why do you disagree?
The prepackaged foods, the frozen ones, way more expensive. I've been on a budget, you know, eternally, I always, always, always save money by just going to the grocery store and buying ingredients.
I agree with you on that, but I can go get a frozen meal sometimes for $1.50, $2, where if I want to cook a whole meal, like depending on what all the ingredients I'm getting, that could be $10.
So you'll get more.
What? Guys, this is not a hateful, this is just science. You know, to maintain all this juice, like, you must be cooking a fuck ton. Like, yeah, it's gonna be expensive. You're buying a bunch of groceries, a bunch of pasta, a bunch of shit. Bro, guys, look at whales. Whales in the sea, right? The massive whales. Google how much calorie they have to intake to maintain that weight. It's fucking insane. They have to constantly eat.
Whole meal, like depending on what all the ingredients I'm getting, that could be $10.
So you'll get more.
Yes, but still, you have to think from people who have like no money and they're thinking like, oh,
What?
I can get.
I've had no money. I've had $12 for a week's amount of food.
I hear both. I think that you definitely, in the short-term mindset, it is cheaper. You
Yeah.
go to a fast food restaurant, they have like a dollar menu. I think they've
Yeah.
even increased the dollar menu now. So, which is
$2
crazy.
menu.
It's like a $2 menu.
$2 menu.
So that's valid, I think, but I think it's killing us in the long term. Like it's like that short dopamine effect, the dopamine where you're like, oh, I just need something right now.
Yeah.
I think that's the issue.
I also did want to, sorry, just touch on other than like food costs, like there's also privilege when it comes to like having time to cook stuff.
Definitely,
Like if you work a
100%,
full-time job,
100%.
if you have kids and stuff, a lot of the time it's just easier. You don't have the time and energy. Like I enjoy cooking, but it's a lot of work sometimes.
Yeah, I bet. Brother, I bet. Bro, if you have to cook 4 fucking portions of chicken, of whatever she eats, right? It's this mega plate. Brother, then you have to get all the oh, she doesn't cook? Okay. My bad, sorry.
Times. And it's much easier for me to just like go through the drive-through. And then also privilege when it comes to like your mental health. When you are depressed, when you're struggling to even like get through the day, it can be really hard to have that motivation to eat well, to move your body and stuff. So for then when people are like, oh, well, why aren't you working out? It's like, dude, I can barely even get out of bed. So like, please stop with that.
Okay, but you can get food 4 or 5 times, go to the bathroom 6, 7 times, do the dishes, take out the trash. It's a fuck ton of work. Brother, I'm not even being weird. Bro, being a massive is a lot of fucking work.
I just want
Like
to say
what?
that I didn't step forward because I have PCOS and I just recently got diagnosed with it. So with PCOS, it's so much more difficult
You're just hungry. You're just hungry, brother.
for me to lose. I just want to say that I didn't step forward because I have PCOS and I just recently got diagnosed with it. So with PCOS, it's so much more difficult for me to lose the weight and control.
It's oh, okay. I'm working this okay.
What I want my physique to look like. It's just so much harder. It's not impossible, but it is.
We can fix it.
It's something
and we
that
can
can
fix
be
it.
fixed.
PCOS, we can fix
Sorry
it. So.
to cut y'all off, but Brie, I just wanted to hear from you.
The question, like, your body is in your control, I just think it is not 100% in your control. To say it's like black and white, you can change it or you can't, is just crazy. It's just so nuanced. I really appreciated you bringing up the food access that you have, the knowledge access, your socioeconomic status. I go to the gym, I sit there, and I'm like, if only everyone had access and the free time to do this. I'm sure so many other people would love to do that, but people
They don't have to. It's, like I said, working out is not a big part of weight loss.
are struggling, they need to pay their rent, they can't
Wrong,
just allot that time, they need
wrong.
to prioritize. And I think that's ultimately what is really sad.
Yeah.
Everyone would love to take care of themselves.
I disagree. I'm sorry, I disagree. Like, there's some of us who are on the fit side that don't have that privileges. I wake up at 4 a.m., have a full-time job.
Snaps to you.
I get it done. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I want to be the highest version of myself, the most evolved version, and
Well, it's half. Yeah, you need to log out. You need to delete all your social accounts. The internet has brain rotted you. Bro, libtards have infected your brain. I think it's half. You're a joke. But I remember, champ, one of the first things that your thought in chemistry is nothing is getting anything is lost, everything is transformed. If you don't eat, if you don't intake, brother, where would you get the weight from?
She has to show up.
But your life allows it.
Yeah.
No,
Your
I make my life
No,
allow
exactly.
it. I
You
surround
do,
myself
but
with
other
that.
people don't have the possibilities that you
They
have.
do. They just
Not everyone, no.
And I also think
nine to
some
one.
people-
Some guy put the effort in. That's it.
But I also think too, like let's say for example, you're a teenager and you're like 500 pounds.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
work that you need to do to remedy that is ungodly. Like that's really challenging. That's a
I
hard
agree.
thing to do for
I
anybody.
agree.
As opposed to like me, I was really skinny and then I decided, oh, I'm gonna go to the gym. I put on my weight. The results are showing. It looks like I'm working super hard. I make these choices like go girl.
Right.
But that is not the same accessibility that someone can make that change for themselves in different circumstances.
I agree.
So I
My
think
only
that is, like,
caveat is it's hard for both, but it can be done, is my point.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
That's
say
my
that it's
only
as hard
point.
for me as someone who's overweight
have
trying
to.
to lose that weight. In my
But
opinion.
do you believe that it can be done?
I believe it can be done. I believe
Okay,
it can
so
be
we
done, but I
agree.
think empathy and compassion.
Again, the cold hard truth is it's a lot more work to maintain or gain that weight than it is to lose it. I'm not going to debate this. It's not up to a debate. This is a fact. It's a lot more work to get the food, eat the food, do the things that are around the food like dishes or whatever, go to the bathroom or whatever, than just not eating as much food. It's not even up to a debate.
For the different circumstances that may stop someone from doing that is necessary to see like, oh, get off your ass and like do all this,
No one said
which you're
that.
not saying, but I'm saying some people, commenters,
Myron's
might be
not in
saying
this
that.
episode.
Myra was the word.
There is a spectrum for your body. Our height isn't under our control, our fat distribution, our bone density, our muscle density, our metabolism.
Yes,
These are all things that make up who we are. But in that spectrum of health, absolutely, we can change who we are
Yes.
with what we got, right?
And then we'll stop right there and move on to the next one. Body positivity can promote unhealthy habits. Will the
Oh.
agreeers please step forward?
Agreed, but it's a byproduct, which kind of sucks, but still.
I think blind body positivity can be harmful if it's just like always like don't ever consider any possibility that you could change something or improve your quality of life. Just blindly accept yourself. I think that's where it can get kind of toxic.
I don't look like how I looked when I was 20. So body positivity is encouraging yourself to accept you're going to transform eventually. When you're 40, when you're 50, you're going to get wrinkles, all these things.
Chat, ask yourself, back in the days, chat, in the cave ages, right? The caves and the sticks, the cavemen, right? Ask one of these guys, yo, get fat, become obese. They literally can't. They didn't have enough time and energy to hunt and get all this fucking food to become massive, fucking fat. So my point stands. It is more work to be massive than not.
So yeah, definitely body positivity should have taken another route instead of just saying it's for bigger people, because it's not. It's for all the variety of people that need to accept you're changing.
Yeah, I think the pendulum has switched to the furthest extreme. I think body positivity was created because there wasn't a space for people who could have acceptance in bigger bodies. And I think it's just gone to the furthest extreme now. And
Not enough space.
Like
Sorry.
women come in all shapes and sizes, right? And every woman is beautiful. And I think that you should really be confident in your body and the way that you look, wake up feeling your best. But I feel like especially on social media and in society today, this body positivity movement, I've seen like multiple times where there's like obese women promoting body positivity. And it's like, I wouldn't want like my
What's
kid.
obese for you?
Yeah.
Like an unhealthy lifestyle.
No,
like
but like, what do
overweight.
you mean
Why what's
obese?
obese for you?
Obese, like a medical.
Yeah.
Like
for
medically
me,
obese.
if you see me, you
What's the
consider me
range?
obese?
I wouldn't say that you're obese, but
Okay.
it's like medically,
So, so like for
So
example,
you're medically obese, though? Yes.
I've been medically obese since I was like 12, and I was not obese.
Well, does anybody here?
So I-
would anybody? Here, explain what they mean by medically obese. Just-
Exactly.
Like
BMI.
like when you go to the doctor's office and you get weight on a scale, and they'll tell you, oh, you're a little bit overweight, or they'll say you're morbidly obese, you're
Because of your
whatever
height,
these things. So like,
everything.
like if you look at me, you would be like, oh, she's a little plus size, but I am technically.
No, okay. Nobody said that. Okay. Nobody said. Hold on a minute.
Like if you look at me, you would be like, oh, she's a little plus size, but I am.
Chat, who is we? Chat, who is we and who is you? I'm neither group, chat.
Am technically considered obese.
So
by my doctors.
And I was obese at, I think it's 30 BMI. Now the BMI, we've have come to learn that it's a little bit tricky now.
Right. It's not the most accurate.
Right.
But that's what it's based off.
Yeah.
But
Right.
so correct. But now that when I was a size 14, I was considered obese. It's smaller than we think.
I think an obese person, and this is not, calling absolutely anybody obese, but I think a person that can be considered obese will not be able to go on walks. They will lose their breath. For me, because I am a person that I'm big, but like I said, I'm still able to go on hikes and I won't lose my breath.
If you go on a walk, chat, and you're not losing your breath, chat, you cannot be obese. It's a new rule, chat. This is the doctor that's telling you what the fuck is up.
I can go on runs. I can exercise. So if for the
you're-
doctors I'm obese because of the
Yes.
size and the stuff that
Yes.
I am, for the doctors,
Yes.
for me it is not the way that it works. Because an obese person, I've had friends who are
On the runs, bro, okay, if you're not jogging or walking, if you're running, no disrespect. If you're that big, you're running. Brother, her knees are fucking dying. They're screaming, chat. I can hear them all the way over here. Bro, her entire legs are fucking, it's dead.
skinnier than
It's
me.
dying.
We go on walks and they're losing their breath.
So for you, obesity is just the
stress
health
putting on that.
parameter of how physical you can be. For you,
Exactly.
it's not a physical manifestation
Exactly.
of the body.
What the doctor, when that doctor says that bad word, he's looking on a chart versus saying you
But how
can't.
many people have
but he's
been
saying-
bad
But listen,
diagnosed?
he's not saying you're ill and you can't walk up that hill.
I've had doctors say that to
You
me.
go, I
That's
have
the
that.
thing. I've had doctors
I'm
say that
obese
to
and I
me.
can still walk
So-
up that hill. And that's what's fabulous about it, right? It doesn't automatically mean you're ill, but also down the road, absolutely it's going to mean you're ill.
Chat, if the doctor uses a bad word, chat, what a mean doctor. Sir, you are obese. How dare you? I'm gonna post this on Twitter. Sir, you have severe autism. How dare you, bitch? You have autism. Autist fucking bitch ass. Like, what?
Lucky with your genetics currently, down the road, it's not going to be the same
But
story.
this is the thing, you think they're genetics, but since I was really young, I'm active. I'm an active woman.
I never said you're not active.
No, I know, but I'm just responding to what you're
Okay.
saying. I know you're not saying that I'm not active. I'm responding to what you're saying about the doctors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I have had doctors tell me that.
Tell you what?
That I'm obese and that I
Yes.
cannot exercise, that why am I not exercising, why am I not doing the effort. There's doctors that have bad diagnosed me for things that I've never had. And I've gotten medicated for things that I've never had. So it's like,
Right. Well,
it's
that's-
everybody, it's different.
They're killing us too. So
Just we went down a tangent
Yeah.
for a minute. I wanna.
Oh my God, you've been
we're
so
talking
good.
about we're talking about body positivity, whether
Yes.
we think it promotes unhealthy habits. We're gonna bring in our disagreeer.
Oh my God.
And then continue the convo.
Yeah.
So I didn't step forward because I really hate the toxicity.
Oh, we know why you didn't step forward. Okay, that was rude, chat. That was rude. I'm not.
So I didn't step forward because I really hate the toxicity that has come from people being like, oh, body positivity promotes obesity and blah, blah, blah. I hate that so much. I think there is like the minutest people who are doing that. The vast, vast majority, I do not think promote obesity. Body positivity, to me,
What is this? Who like this?
is just loving your body, accepting your body how it is, and not hating yourself. Like, you shouldn't have to wake up every day because you're 400 pounds and hate yourself. Like, I don't think anybody should be hating themselves. So that to me is what body positivity is about. And it's also about equality in how people are treated. Like, for example,
I think a lot of people portray themselves that they hate themselves, whatever. But I gotta be honest with you, the people that truly hate themselves, they do something about it. when something bothers you so much that you hate yourself, brother, like it sparks something in you. It's like something kind of kicks in. You know, they don't really hate themselves.
Lizzo gets called out so much on like, oh my God, she's out there with her ass and stuff. Like, it's so disgusting. But Chapel Roan, who, God, I love Chapel Roan, was at Gov Ball and came out as Statue of Liberty and had her ass out. Did not see a single person online saying, so why does she have her ass out? You know, it's like, it's a double standard. People inherently hate fat bodies and don't think they should be seen in society.
I actually disagree with that because I do see people hating on Chapel Rowan for the way that she looks and her outfits, and there's going to be hate on both sides.
Of course, there's
Beauty standards. I'll always say this. Beauty standards. People like to see a certain more attractive body type and person in video games, in real life, in everything. It's like saying, dude, why don't you have these fucking disgusting weeds on your yard, dude? What are these tulips? What, because they're nice to look at? Because they're nice to look at? What, are you biased? Get these disgusting weeds. Like, bro, because they're not as good to look at. I don't like to look at those. I like to look at tulips. What about it?
It's going to be hate, but I meant like the volume of hate that Lizzo gets compared to Chapel Roan. Like I would say, like it's much smaller. Like you constantly hear about like Lizzo, and you know.
I have a.
Wait, was there a stomach growl? Dude, stop. Was that what I heard?
There's going to be hate on both sides.
Of course, there's going to be hate, but I meant like the volume of hate that Lizzo gets compared to Chapel Roan. Like I would say, like it's much smaller. Like you constantly hear about like Lizzo, and you know.
I have a question. I have a question about Lizzo.
Okay, 30 seconds ago. Okay, one last. Okay, 13:23 is where we're at. Here.
People are treated like, for example, Lizzo gets called out so much on like, oh my God, she's out there with her ass and stuff. Like, it's so disgusting. Like, you're not hating yourself. Like, you shouldn't have to wake up every day because you're 400 pounds and hate yourself. Like, you know, I don't think anybody should be hating themselves. So that to me is what body positivity is about.
Link it. I'm not doing it. Just link it.
Like Lizzo, and you know.
I have a question. I have a question about Lizzo. Okay,
Always comes back to Lizzo.
One of the few. Okay.
She's lost weight too.
I know.
She's lost a lot of weight right now.
One of the few times I saw her streaming, she had this gorgeous cake was gifted to her, enormous. Went in with it with a fork and was eating constantly and talking to the camera while she was streaming. The volume of the cake that she ate, I just went, oh my God, how many people are watching this? It was a horrible representation. I hated every moment of it. What do you have to say about that?
Well, my question would be, if there was a thin person doing that, would you have had that same reaction?
I don't give a shit.
Okay, then I think it's more about, like, she's not promoting obesity by eating cake on camera. She's just, you know, eating cake on camera.
But if she's the representation of body positivity and she's behaving this way, is that promoting?
12:58 is where we heard it. All right, 14:12.
And came out as Statue of Liberty and had her ass out. Did not see a single person online saying, so why does she have her ass out? You know, it's like, it's a double standard. People inherently hate fat bodies and don't think they should be seen in society. It's a double standard. People inherently hate fat bodies and don't think they should be seen in society.
I actually disagree with that because I do see people hating on Chapel Rowan for the way that she looks and her outfits, and there's going to be hate on both.
Seen her post like, oh, here's a green smoothie that I got, or here's me with my salad, or like, here I am at the gym. I think there is this weird stigma where people that are overweight have to be perfect all the time. They can never just like, you know, just have a cake. And I agree, it's challenging. I agree, it's not great. Listen, I'm not saying that's great.
That was
not
too
great.
much.
But I'm saying that like this one instance of her doing this amidst all her other ones of her trying to be healthy.
Can I go on the opposite side of that? Like with Lizzo, there's like Eugenia Clooney. She's a very petite, tiny woman. Why are people saying, oh, good job, Lizzo, like good job for eating healthier, but like when Eugenia Clooney's like trying to eat something like.
But is Eugenia Clooney allowed to have hashtag body positivity?
She does sometimes. So
Is she?
She promotes herself literally wearing like tiny outfits, showing her body.
That was my whole point, is like these extremes are hijacking it.
Yeah,
I agree.
think,
They're not
like,
good representation.
Yeah,
No.
That, like the algorithm, they will push out the most extreme cases because they get the most views, and that's what people want to see.
Chad, didn't she lose a lot of weight though? Chad, I saw on Kaiser whatever. She lost a lot of weight though. No, she did. That's good. I you know, respect it, guys. If I'm gonna hate like massive, I gotta give credit to when people do good. It's only fair. You should. I think you should abide by that same mentality. I'm not trying to sell you on this, okay? If I'm gonna be a dumb fuck when it comes down to people that do bad or do certain, I gotta be positive when people do good.
Yes, it's dangerous.
Including these conversations. Although this one's pretty reasonable. All right, let's reset.
No matter who you are, there's no denying that injury.
I have taken a weight loss drug. Will the agreeers please step forward?
Who cares?
I guess everybody's perfect.
I'm like trying to see like what do we define as drug?
Just
I think
Guys, the Ozempic hate is, I think, wrong. I gotta be honest, chat. I don't agree with it, okay? What, guys, not everybody has all the options, all the whatever. If something helps them get out of something, so be it. Guys, stop being this purist. You have to lose weight the way I tell you to. I want you to lose weight, but I want you to do it the way I want you to. It has to be healthy, with salads, with whatever. Dude, relax. You would never hold that standard for yourself, and you don't abide by those standards. So don't put this on other people. It's fucking weird.
I think we're talking about the
Like Ozempic?
Pills
Yeah.
or
If you hate yourself and you have certain circumstances, I don't give a fuck what you have to do. Whatever, it's unhealthy. If you're trying to get somewhere, and for you, it's a risk you're taking. It's like a min-max. Whether you take Ozempic, fucking whatever it is, whatever fucking perks. I don't know what the fuck people do. Okay, Adderall, whatever. So be it.
wait. Well, any
Like diet pills?
drug.
It's
that
a
you
it's a
take
choice. It's a trade-off that they make.
Sorry.
So be it.
Yeah, come on in. Let's hear your story too.
I have used weight loss drugs before I knew the power of them in college, and that you could get them over the counter, but they were incredibly strong and probably needed to be controlled at that time. But I was so obsessed with my body size. I've pretty much my whole
The hair is disgusting, guys. This is like a Dune monster. It's the fucking worm in Dune. Like, what the fuck is this shit?
life. And
She has a whole croissant at the top of her
just
head.
the culture, American culture that I was raised in and lived in, and so I would try drastic means, and I've done things that would just get you super wired. Even as an adult, once I figured out how to eat, I gained the weight back during the lockdown, like a lot of people did. And I go, gosh darn it, I was so upset, and I took a prescription weight loss drug that was prescribed by a doctor, and I was able to drop the weight quickly. I used it as a biohack. I used it short term just to get the weight off, because once the weight is off, now it's on you. You have to know how to eat.
So this is more recently.
Yep, and this is absolutely recent.
Was
too.
it like-
It was a crazy biohack. I'm telling you, it works, but I'm not a doctor. If you don't eat a bunch of food, the food doesn't go in you, and you don't go big.
Ozempic, something like that.
It's a banned hack.
You can get it prescribed.
Some people use it.
It's a controlled substance.
I don't know.
It's hardcore, but it takes the thought process out of your mind. That thing, that monster that always tells you you're going to get your next serotonin kick by that food, and you're hyper focused on eating, and it takes that monster, it stops talking. So now when the monster stops talking, you go, I can control this. I can make changes in my lifestyle in order to make healthier decisions to keep the weight off that I just lost with this drug. And yeah.
I was so desperate to lose weight. I was like on TikTok scrolling through, and like they were sharing like, oh, this drug does this and this is that. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and just blindly buy this thing, and showed up at
Do
a
you know
horrible
kind of
time
what
for
kind
me.
of drug it was?
It was a pill that I took, and it like suppressed my want to eat food. But it also like had some really bad side effects. Like when I would eat, I would feel sick after, and I realized like, oh, I'm feeling horrible.
Yeah, that's very normal. Chat, I could bring up about this, chat. If you suppress your want to eat, your stomach does some weird thing, whatever, right? It's like digesting itself or some shit like that, and it's like tightening or some shit like that. And whenever you do eat, it's kind of like it's gonna stuck. Real or false? Yeah, okay, chat. Okay, yeah. See, yeah.
All the time, and having this energy low, and like just feeling physically sick.
How long were you on it?
I was on it for 2 months maybe.
Did you lose weight?
I lost some weight, but as soon as I got off of it, I gained all of that weight back.
Yeah.
I gained
You have to know what to do once you're there.
Exactly.
What are you going to do?
Exactly. It was like the crutch, and like you just relied on it so much, and then once it was gone, you had to do your own thing, and
you have to figure it out.
You had to figure it out, and the pill was doing all that for you, and then for me, I gained more weight than I lost when I was on it.
Probably called habits. I think if you use that time to make that habit like what you normally do, and you get into that routine, it can help to get onto that habit of eating less. It's a thing.
Let's bring in our disagreeers.
It's true.
So I've heavily considered taking Ozempic, but I've decided not to because you either have to stay on that drug long term to keep those effects, or if you get off of it, most people are gonna gain the weight back. So I'm no longer interested in anything that is not a complete lifestyle change. Like for me, I have learned over.
It has to be pure, it has to be perfect weight loss so I don't lose weight. Guys, if you're gonna lose weight a certain way, I say no. I choose to be fucking massive. I'm a torta, and you should be too, if you're not gonna do it right.
Over the years that I would prefer to be fat and happy than thin and miserable. So like right now, I'm just trying to, eat less processed food, stay away from like sodas and stuff for the most part. But I will never count calories, or because to me that leads to disordered eating habits.
For you?
For me personally. Yes, I'm not talking for everybody.
You can't count calories because she would lose count. Let's be honest. Hey, no disrespect. How could you fucking count that fucking high? Let's be honest.
I'm not talking for everybody, but for me personally, and I do think for a lot of people, it can lead to disordered eating.
Kind of circling back to the topic about taking weight loss drugs. Hell no, I would never take no weight loss drug. I worked really hard for my body, and I'm like a very big believer in that phrase, if you wanted to, you could. Wouldn't you be so much happier if you lost the weight and you look back on it and it was I did that.
Exactly.
That was 100% all me. I didn't need no help. I didn't need no cheat codes. This was the work that I put in, and I got the results that I wanted.
And that was the mindset that I wish that I had before I took the drugs.
Yeah.
Because I was super naive. I was 18 years old, and I had no knowledge about anything, and I was looking for a quick fix because all these people were telling me.
Chad, there's a good movie about this, Jack, and maybe some of you guys will enjoy it. It's a movie. It's kind of a little bit of a pioneer in a certain style. Requiem for a Dream. You should watch it.
Oh, you need to lose weight, you need to do this. And that was in my own household. So it was my family telling me this, along with my friends and everything like that.
It's a lifestyle change, ultimately. These are tools that you can utilize, but if you are not changing your lifestyle to go with it, then what will have been forced? And so I think that's really ultimately what it is. If you're not ready to commit to the lifestyle change, using these tools is not gonna help you.
When people do these quote unquote shortcuts, a lot of the time, mentally, they're not there. So they lose the weight and then they're still
not fixing the problem.
Exactly. It was this quick fix, and now that it's, they get off it, everything mentally that they were at when they were at a bigger weight is still there because they didn't put in that mental work, doing it on their own.
For example,
we gotta reset. So the next one. I'm getting the signal. Fit women are more attractive than fat women.
Chad, if they don't all go, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Agreeers, please step forward.
I would definitely agree. Fit women are more attractive than plus size women, only because me having this body, it shows that I can commit to something, right? And it shows that I'm hardworking, so I feel like men looking at my body can see, oh, okay, she's dedicated. She put in the work, and that could be an attractive quality that men see in me. I would definitely go for a more muscular guy. So that kind of shows that we have something in common, something that we can work on together.
This is a simple concept that people like looking at certain things. Okay, if you are fit, I'm not saying skinny, I'm saying fit. Go to the gym, whatever, right? Girls go to the gym, they do the squat thing, whatever. They're gonna have a nice tight booty. Boom boom, planets, hard, even though I'm just saying, I'm not being creepy, I'm not being creepy. I'm just saying, if you are a fit girl and you do a lot of squats, whatever, you're gonna have planets, the beauty standards, people will like looking at nice tight planets. We're talking that people will look, and that's what it is. It stops there. That's it.
So gym dates.
Yeah, gym dates for sure.
All right, thank you. Can we bring in the disagreeers?
I feel like I'm gonna get flamed alive.
If you agree, chat, that let's say a cat looks very nice, looks very cute, and another cat looks like a fucking rat, then you agree with overall standards. This person looks nice. This person doesn't. This is what it is. A certain characteristics makes it be attractive or not. You understand?
No, it's all good.
I'm bisexual, so I
Hey,
love
girl, me
women.
too.
I love women.
Yes, all the bisexuals.
I think that all women are beautiful. I've had relationships.
It is subjective, but society agrees, and most people agree with certain traits. A lot of them have to do with weight or size. People, yes. So even though somebody might be overweight, if they have massive boobies, they'll say, hey, this is still pretty attractive. I like that. Cool, right? But if you combine with other factors, right? What if the person had that and was also kind of not as big? Is that better? For most people, the vast majority, yes.
With women, they are fit, they are not fit, variety. And I can tell you that personality-wise, the skinniest ones and the most beautiful ones have had a personality that I cannot work with. Me, personally, me. So,
Yeah.
And it comes from a place that the way that I grew up, the way that they grew up, thoughts, minds, you surround yourself with people that you like, that is like you. Your personality has more beauty than the way that you look.
Your physical look.
Yeah, but it's attraction though. Like you're talking the barrier of entry. The barrier of entry to see somebody's personality is usually what they look like. Okay, then this lady then go up to a tweaking ass homeless. Okay. Are you really gonna give this person the chance of their personality? Let's be honest. Absolutely fucking not. That's just because it's just what it is. So attraction is that you can see. She's talking about personality, beauty. That's not the question. The question is attractive.
Looks will disappear. My grandma, she used to be a very petite, tiny woman, grew up in the Philippines. My grandpa the same way. Now they're a little.
Hold on. So people are like,
They can't help you.
Damn. Okay, no more chat, guys. Don't listen like that, chat.
I have to choose. The big whale at the back. Big whale.
No more links. No more links. No more links. No more links.
bigger.
No more.
They're more comfortable. 50 years later, still in love.
yeah.
My grandpa always makes jokes. Like when I remember growing up, he was like, "This is Burger King and this is McDonald's. I'm the king and I'm loving it." And I'm like, that's what my grandpa. He showed me like you can appreciate a woman through all the changes. You know, like
Exactly.
And that's why I love like I could be once I get skinny like. My boyfriend can still love me, but maybe he loves me more because how I am personally.
I think people like to be like, oh, it's always going to be the fit woman is more attractive than the plus size women. I just don't think that's true. Like, there's a lot of beautiful fit women. There's also a lot of not very beautiful ones.
Right.
You know what I mean? To assume that size will always equal more attractive, I just think is like silly. It's a case by case basis.
Because I'm more on the healthy side.
Well, you can be thin and not.
It's a case by case basis, right? But if some attractive guy says, hey, it's flirty. If some tweaker says, hey, it's sexual harassment. So you have to apply the standard across the board, and if you're not willing to do so, then I'm not receptive to those arguments.
Yeah,
Exactly. But the biggest issue I have with what you said, I disagree with you. I think as a fit girl as well, fit girlies, but I still disagree with you because there's beautiful women who are in bigger bodies. Like, I feel like it's an arrogance almost to be like, oh, because I'm fit, I'm more attractive.
It's not an insult taken. It's the world you live in. If you want to agree with it or not, it's irrelevant. That's going to be your experience with the world. So if you want to say that's not true, it's an incel take, and you go and interact with the world, you're going to get clapped. The world is going to take you by storm, and you're going to go crazy.
Attractive. Like that's
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. And the biggest issue I had was what you said about men being attracted to you more just because you're fit. I think that's basing your worth on a man. And I'm married. As a married woman saying that, I just don't understand what that has to do with the principle of just physical attractiveness. It has nothing to do with if someone else deems you as attractive. It's like just solely based on the physical. So I 100% disagree with you.
I was debating actually stepping forward because of just what society has taught me my whole life is like, that is more beautiful, that is more beautiful, that is more beautiful. And I've really had to work on unlearning that, like for so many years. When I was like, 19, 20, I was like, oh, the reason I'm not in a relationship is because I'm fat. Like I need to lose weight and then I'll become in a relationship, then someone will love me. And I thought that for so many years. And like my self-confidence was like down here. And I really had to work on unlearning that. And I'm still trying to unlearn that. But like I have learned over the years that people are attracted to different things. So if you ask one person, they're gonna tell you, oh, this is what I'm attracted to. And if you ask someone else, they might have a completely different answer. So I think attractiveness is subjective. I think when it comes to society 100% says skinnier is better.
I mean, I hear a lot of what you're saying, but I'm curious, anybody want to?
It's not skinnier, it's just less obese. Guys, I think wording is important here. It's not less obese, less massive is overall more attractive for most people. Because it's a numbers game. You're widening your interest group, right? So yeah, if you're absolutely fucking gigantic, if you're let's say a raid boss, right? We're talking like a last boss, huge, chicken on the elbows, stuff like that. Like chat, guys, you know TikTok chat, right? There are real people that want that. That's what they like the most, right? But then, okay, but then you're narrowing the amount of people that. Got one of them niggas when I kill them, call the reverie. 'Cause no weapon formed against me shall prosper, yeah. Waiting on the boys outside. So, it's the numbers game.
Share like what is the type of body that you're attracted to?
To men, on men, other. Or
Well,
the
I don't know.
opposite.
There's people who are attracted to men. So whether it's men or women, what kind of bodies are you attracted to?
Because I've been smaller and bigger. I am tall. I already am eliminating a majority of people because I'm one tall.
Now I wonder if these guys would date a guy that's kind of a barrel. That's like, would they?
Man, me. But you know what? Somebody on your show, Zach Miko.
Was that the tall guy?
It was the model.
Oh yeah.
The plus size model? He was
yes.
cute.
So
unfortunately married.
So it's like I have
Zach.
dated some fantastically gorgeous men, but when I feel most comfortable and myself and I can feel just kind of let it all out is a guy that's has some cushion. Gym people for gym people. And, and that kind of seems like unattainable, not my vibe.
No, I appreciate.
I find it interesting that a lot of arguments they make about personality completely dissolves when now they're talking about what attracts them. It's almost like it's rules that apply to everybody else but themselves. That's just so weird to me.
The specificity. If anyone else wanted.
So I do.
Guys, gym person for gym person only. Okay? But me, I have like a person that I got something to offer. Like if you talk to me like I'm so nice, that's what's attractive. But you guys though, no, you can only date that, whatever.
You have a type, but also like I've never dated before. So I'd say like my type goes from I like my type goes from like Prince Eric to Fluffy. Yes, the comedian Fluffy. I just feel like I could like hug him. Like he would give the best hugs and be like the best person.
It's a very wide range.
Yeah, a very wide range of
A lot of them fit into
a lot
that
of
range.
infinites to that. But like I don't discriminate against like body type or anything like that.
It's funny because for me as a bisexual woman, like what I like in women versus what I like in men is like very different. So men, I'm very much like you. Like dad bods are kind of like what I'm the most attracted to. I don't want someone like super, super big, but I also don't like super skinny or like super, super buff. Like you have a little muscle, that's fine, but like the really buff guys, like not my thing. But for women, I like way more different kinds of women, like thin, big, like I don't know. I'm just way more attracted, I think, when it comes to different kinds of women. Like when I'm swiping on dating apps, like I'll maybe swipe on like 1 in every 20 men, and like women, it's like 1 in 5. Women, I just think overall are much more beautiful than men. Like even,
and we have better profiles. Let's get this.
yes, that too.
All right, let's reset. It's okay for models to set a high standard for body image. Will the
Oh man. Ooh, I almost snapped. I'll go.
agreeers
I'm not
please
gonna
step
say
forward?
it.
I did some modeling.
Okay, that's because inherently it's a lot easier for women to find dating partners, right? So, yeah, she gets a bunch that are big. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's just the way it is. It's a lot easier because guys, I mean, they'll say yes to a bunch and they're barely gonna get any thing. For women, it's a lot easier. Okay, I'm not allowed to say that. Guys, I'm pretty sure some of the data about this was censored. Literally, I'm pretty sure that they end up not releasing a lot of stats for dating apps because it's socially damaging.
As a kid and as a teenager and even now as an adult, I did pinup. There's definitely like a high expectation and standard, especially like in runway modeling and things like that, because they push out these clothing and they only do it in certain sizes. There's standards that different companies have that they want to push out certain things. So like for pinups, they want you to look a certain way, they want you to do your makeup a certain way, they want you to dress a certain way for that style, and same thing for like Victoria's Secret.
Okay, if I want to show my product in the best way possible, I will put it on the person that I'll find the most attractive. Because that's something that I want people to want my product. I want people to buy my product. If I'm selling a bra, I want to get a nice fit girl that has nice breast size. That's what it would look like at its maximum. Okay, if I have a nice car and I get a massive fucking huge like torta, with the hand out, guys, buy my brand new Ferrari. Look, okay, I don't want to buy it anymore. It's a numbers game, like what?
But they want to promote lingerie, and there's a standard for each company, and they have to live up to that standard based on what they're trying to promote.
And personally for me, I always looked up to thin people. I always found them very beautiful. I was like, I want to be able to look like a Victoria's Secret model one day. It's okay to have a higher standard of beauty because it makes you want like, oh, I want to work harder on myself to achieve that type of body goal. I might not look exactly like them, like with the hips and everything, but I want to be able to look a healthy version of myself that looks something like that.
I think it's okay for models to have a higher standard of beauty because we are attracted to attractive things.
There you go.
The model is selling something. They're being
She's coming along, she's kicking in.
hired to sell something, and they're gonna make it, hey, look at this, look at the dress I'm wearing. And you as a consumer, you don't wanna look at somebody that is going to go, ugh, I don't even wanna look at that person. What were they selling? I don't know.
Let's bring in our disagreeers. More disagreeers than I expected.
I completely disagree. I think we all forgot what modeling industry has done for women in our society. I think we kind of went blank for a second. I'm a journalism major, I have my degree in journalism, and growing up with certain magazines, and those women, just because they were thin does not mean they were healthy. Have y'all ever seen America's Next Top Model?
Yes.
There's a lot of detrimental things that were happening within that society, within that community. And I agree with you, yes, we all want to look at something aesthetically pleasing, but that varies. Also, the modeling industry is known.
America's Next Top Model, America's Torta. Like it's worlds apart. The fact that it's like some end like comparison, brother, it's like some garage league dad, whatever. I mean, like, yo, dude, they do that in the fucking in the MLB. I mean, look at that home run, whatever, bro. You're not in that range. Like, what are we talking about?
For not being diverse.
I'm so confused.
Right. Hello. So I don't know, we just like blacked out for a second.
It's very diverse now. It was not when I started.
Yeah, but it's not that diverse now either. It's evolving, but I wouldn't go as far as saying it's that diverse. But I think that it can be very detrimental as a young woman. I think the body positivity movement kind of was created in juxtaposition because of the modeling industry of the 90s and early 2000s, how toxic that was.
Yeah, I do think we have come a long way, but we still have like much further to go.
The average size of the woman in the United States is a size 16. So why are we not seeing that reflected more on runways and modeling and stuff? You know, I also have issues with
Because it's okay to want something else. It's okay to like be like, this is not what we want, and why do you need to represent? It doesn't require representation. What?
when it comes to a lot of plus size modeling too, because a lot of plus size models, they have the curves, but they have no belly. And that's so unrealistic for most
nobody
plus
like
size
that?
women, where it's like, most plus size women, if you are a size 20 like I am, you're gonna have a stomach.
And most of those photos have been photoshopped.
Yeah, or they even put
Or they have
padding
BBLs,
on
or
smaller
they have
models
BBLs
to make them look bigger.
The standards keep changing. How many models do they need to show all the different body types that for this to sell one dress?
Sounds like there's a tension between the market. If the data says more
Right.
people clicked on this body, even if it's unrealistic,
Yes.
put that body in the ad.
Yes.
But what you're saying is that doesn't.
Well, if there's a place that specializes in a bigger size and they advertise bigger size models, maybe that's just a better way to do it. But if you're buying from companies and things that are made to look a certain way and you're massive, I mean, you can't get mad that they're misrepresenting. That's their target audience, is those people. It's not you.
There's unfair representation of the true customer.
Yeah, exactly. Because then I'll like buy something that I saw on a plus size model who has a flat stomach, and then I put it on, and I'm like, oh, I hate this because
It's not for
clinging
you.
to like all
So
the
why are
wrong
you mad at
parts.
it?
I just want to see something that looks. It doesn't have to look exactly like me.
I think for a long time people thought that diversity in sizes wasn't marketable. Like I can't make money from showing all this diversity of sizes, but I think that there are new brands coming like Savage X Fenty with Rihanna.
Okay, hold on, guys. There's a lot of clothing for women, like dresses, whatever, right? That are better for small breast, big breast, right? Nobody complains about that, right? Nobody complains about that because no, it's not for them, right? And that's something that they can't change. Imagine complaining about something that you can change. Your weight. I find it to be such a weird dialogue to have. It's such a that doesn't make sense to me.
She has proven that you can have diverse bodies and you can still market and sell. And let's be real, most consumers are not the models. They look different.
Women should be fit enough to protect themselves. Will the agreeers step forward?
This is something that I always say. Listen.
Always disagree. You know, if wait. What?
No shame to people that are thinner, but I just think you're so.
Some motherfucker wants to attack you. You pull out a Glock. It doesn't matter if you're fit or not. Bullet taps, person threat averted. GG.
Vulnerable when you're thin. Like if you're petite and you're frail and you're not strong enough to fight back, I don't think that's safe for you. I'm a proponent of like building muscle. That way you're sturdy. That way if someone tries to come up on me, they're going to feel something.
I think we shouldn't have to.
Yes.
Like it sucks that we're in a society that we do, but we have to.
Yes.
You're prone to danger at any moment. Know some punches, know some locks. I don't know, but yeah, definitely stay prepared.
Yeah, as someone who trains kickboxing, boxing, and Muay Thai, at our facility, like we do offer like women's self.
Wait until you figure out that combat is mostly cardio and it's mostly stamina. Brother, you're not prepared for shit if you're massive.
Defense classes, and like no matter like what body size you are, I highly recommend every single woman to take at least one class just so you know the basics and just like for your own protection.
Well, I got attacked by a dog once when I was on a walk. Alec came out of this house and it came after me, and I was with a group of friends. Of course, it comes after the big one. Don't get me wrong, but it was scary. I couldn't run away from that problem, but my friends were able to, and that came to my mind. Like, oh my
I know
gosh,
self-defense moves,
I
yeah.
am not good at cardio. I know what I need to prove more
I
on.
used to do mixed
You
martial
need to
arts
be able to
the
carry
best.
yourself, pull yourself up, or like
Yes.
run.
Even for you, for your kids, you know, an emergency, your kid is swallowing something and it got stuck, or everything around you needs your full potential energy. So yeah, definitely everybody work on their own pace and just make sure that you work on things that are going to help you and stay safe because it's dangerous.
Not to be an easy target.
Aside from dogs, which has anyone ever been in a situation where they've had to defend themselves?
I can talk about it because it doesn't hurt anymore, but when I was young, I did get molested, and it's fine. I'm over it. I know it wasn't my fault. See, I work with my brain a lot, so for me, I was laying down, and it was more of a like situation where I couldn't move because of what everything was that was happening around me, and my thoughts were just like, I need to find a way to survive. I need to find a way to push this person from me. And I was 13, so it was like, you know what? Pray. Because there was a cousin sleeping next to me, and I was like, please have her move so I can move. And she did. And as soon as she moved, I found a way to just push him. Like I found a courage to push him off. It came from, I don't know where, but it came. And whatever happened after that. So it is a situation where as women, we are subject to not just men, but to a lot of people, and where we need to find a way to protect ourselves, and not just us, as we're growing older. Like we should be showing our children how to and who not to trust, instead of judging them, instead of expecting from them. You should be teaching them to find their way and what works for them, to find a courage to save themselves from whatever is going to be a struggle for them in the future.
Yeah.
So
thank you for sharing that story.
I have abused my body. Will the agreeer step forward?
Like in a lot of states, you can have a weapon at home, right? All lawfully locked, and all the safety precautions with proper training. Somebody wants to pull some shit, pull out a gun. They want to still pull some shit. Okay, well you might have to defend yourself. Well, no, not 13. I'm talking in general. I'm just talking in general. For the question itself, not for fucking that event. Like, what the fuck? Everybody knows this. Why are you pulling it? Why are you pulling this on me? Why are you pulling this on me? Come on. What did I do?
Personally, for me, I've always suffered with anxiety and depression since I was young. I haven't grown up in the best areas. I used to self-harm in different ways. I suffered with like purging and everything, and like actual like physically cutting myself. Sometimes I even attempted to like burn myself. When I look in the mirror, I'm just like, what is wrong with you? And I was 13, 12, and around this time, I did not like the way I look. I'm not happy right now. And like the only thing I have control of, because I don't have money, I can control what I can do to myself. And it wasn't until like I got older and I started studying mental health, I started studying like different like ways you can take care of yourself with the resources I had. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not the best at my mind right now, and there's other opportunities I can control those bad thoughts to let them out.
What were some of the tools that were most helpful to you?
Meditation really was a big thing for me. I loved meditating. Whenever I had those, I call it like noise, like those just thoughts in my head, like just talking. And I'm like, close your eyes, inhale, exhale, and just breathe. Just find your center and calm yourself. That's really helped me a lot.
Addiction is the disease that tells your brain that the problem is the solution.
Chat, she's actually pretty smart, chat, or informed. She says she has a lot of what she said is extremely true. This is like one of the core foundation blocks in the psychology of addiction. It's for you, it's a solution. I heard that with Mr. K or whatever.
My biggest addiction was food, and
she doesn't apply across the board. Like she doesn't apply her.
And you get a serotonin kick. Everybody has a vice because that's something cheap and fast. At some point, it's not. You're not a victim anymore. Like you're actually doing it to yourself. This lifestyle of this and up and down, and how I even abused myself, how I used to talk to myself, and you're not good enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not thin enough. You know, you're never enough. Until I changed the way I spoke to myself, did changes ever happen and maintain.
Abuse my body a lot by being an emotional eater. Like I'm a very emotional person. Actually, I just found out last year that I have BPD. Ever since I was a teenager, I have struggled heavily with depression and suicidal thoughts, like all the time. Yeah, I have abused my body over the years, and I'm trying to love myself more. Take better care of myself.
Don't try. Just do it.
Well, you say that, but it can be hard.
Make it easy. Make it easy. Make it easy to.
This, guys, I'm not gonna be weird about this. I feel like the question was in the scope of the video was formulated for people to talk about abusing their body around weight and all that. I feel like it kind of went completely overboard.
Speak to yourself in a kind way.
Yeah.
I just got upset because you don't want to be on this. You're a gift.
Thank you.
How dare you take that beautiful gift away? How dare you? You're not allowed to do that anymore, okay? You're here. You have to speak to yourself kindly. Be nice to yourself. Your family members, how would they tell somebody else that's speaking to you that way to you? And you do it to yourself, that's not okay.
Yeah.
You can change it, make a choice.
Yeah, it's gotten a lot better over the years that I'm much kinder to myself, and I wish I could like tell my younger self to like be kinder.
But you can tell her right now.
Oh,
You can tell that baby right now, she's good enough and she's meant to be here.
Thank you. Yeah.
I'm like, I just want to give you a hug because I relate to your story so much. I was an emotional eater too. I still am an emotional eater. I'm working on it so much, but like when I was getting bullied in middle school, like I was getting called fat and all these things, and I was literally getting notes handed to me saying that I was like a fat whale. It really messed me up, and it made me attempt suicide a few times. And I was a child. I was 12 years old, and it wasn't until after I attempted and my family found out, because now I don't think that way anymore. That's why I'm such a huge advocate for mental health and just love yourself. You have to love yourself in order to change things that you want to change.
Lupe, I know you haven't spoke, but can I bring in the disagreement? For the people who came in that disagrees with this prompt, what have been the most valuable tools or resources in your life to not abuse your body?
I think of like the highest version of myself, and I try to show up as her every single day. When I have dark thoughts or when things are hard, I'm like, okay, the highest version of Alyssa, like she's a baddie, she's disciplined, she loves herself, and I kind of show up as her.
I 100% agree with that. I'm a very big believer in if you say things out loud and manifest.
The reality is, if you live in America, probably a bunch of other parts of the world, you've abused your body. You probably do it on a daily. Okay, our sleep schedule, our production quotas, the work days, the everything. You can't sleep enough to do all the normal things. You're abusing your body on a permanent.
Manifest them, then they will come true, because eventually you do end up getting that mentality switch, right? If you wake up and the first thing that you say to yourself in the mirror is I'm ugly, that's what you're gonna go about your entire day believing, but maybe writing something down, having it on the mirror and stuff, and starting every morning smiling and with positivity, then you'll carry that energy through the entire day, the entire week, the entire month, and eventually your entire life.
If you have a network of people that if you're feeling any kind of emotion or going through anything, having that kind of community to help you figure out how you can go about this without doing some detrimental harm to yourself, I think it's really amazing. And again, a privilege that I was able to have that. And if nothing else, I hope anyone watching this can really see and empathize, and you can't just look at someone and be like, oh, they're this and that, or they're lazy, or they don't work hard enough. I think this conversation has just been so illuminating for me, and I hope it's illuminating for everybody.
For me, also, just adding to what helped me get out of the depression that I had.
What is this?
I sat down.
What is that?
I would cry in my room and acknowledge the things that I needed to change, even though it was going to cost me. And I had supporters my family. My sister's my biggest supporter. I love you with all my heart. And you really need to work on yourself. Make a better choice. Change your body if it's.
All right. I think the video's over. I think the video was over before the last topic even started, because I think we went overboard entirely. I enjoyed it though. I enjoyed the video. Sorry if you got cooked, guys. A lot of things were a little bit over the edge. Okay, a little bit over the edge. But when there's such a strong discord in the message, dude, I get caught up. Okay, I get caught up because I don't like it when you start doing this. It's almost like a mind control over people. I think it's kind of dangerous.